Hi. So this lesson is on something for your lower back and for your hips. And it's something that you can do before you get out of bed in the morning. You can do it anytime that you can get on the floor, and you can do this at your desk or any place that you're sitting. So we'll go ahead and get started on that. But like everything else that I've been helping you guys to understand, whenever you're doing any kind of a stretch, or what I like to call a re-education of a muscle, re-educating it to its normal resting length, you need to be in good ergonomics. So the first couple things that we're going to do is really pay attention to making sure that our body is in good alignment before we get started. So when you're on the floor, you just want to make sure that you're sitting up as tall as you can. And one of the things that helps you with that is to pull the flesh back that you have on your bum. So you just pull your flesh back, and that helps you to automatically sit up straighter. And then you want to make sure that your feet, your ankles and your feet are about hip width apart. So you don't want them to be splayed apart like this. You just want them to be about hip width apart. Then the next thing you want to do is, this is called the number 4, because if you were above looking down on this, it would look like you're making the number 4. So you want to take your leg, whichever hip side that you want to stretch, you want to take that leg and you want to cross it over the other leg. Now wherever you are at, if you can't get it to look exactly like a number 4, then you just start wherever you're at. But this is going to be what you're striving to gain. So you want your leg to be at a 90 degree, the bent one. So the ankle and the knee are going to be in alignment with one another. And again, if we were looking down at me, you would see that this looks like a number 4. Now when you go to get started on the stretching of it, it isn't about how far you can go. It isn't about just touching the toes, because you see, I could touch my toe easily, but look at how my back and my shoulders are rounded. So that's not what we want. We want to lean forward from our sternum, from our chest. And one way that it helps me to remember that that's what I'm trying to accomplish is I actually touch that area right here, the sternum, or where your heart is at. Some people will say it lets your heart shine, or to bring your heart toward your other foot, the one that's on the floor here. So you just get yourself up tall, make sure that your head, and which is the top of your spinal column, make sure that that's not being droopy, or that you're not hyperextending it up like this. And then you just want to slowly lean forward as if somebody has a string right here and they're just kind of gently pulling you forward. So this is what it looks like. And you can see that I stop and I readjust to make sure that I'm not hyperextending. And that's what this looks like. So my back shouldn't be rounded. So this would be what it would look like if I was just trying to lean forward. I'd just do this, as opposed to and hopefully that looks a little bit different for you. The other thing that's very helpful is what we will discuss a little bit later on, is making sure that your shoulders are in good alignment. So you don't want your shoulders to be rolled forward when you're doing this. You want your shoulder to be rolled back and the shoulder blade to come down the back, and then the bottom part of that shoulder blade, you want it to come in toward the ribs, and that brings you up automatically. So that's the number 4 sitting down. We'll do it. I've got a desk stool here. So again, you want to be in good ergonomics. So you want your feet to be about hip width apart. You don't want your knees splayed out or too close together. Make sure that you're sitting up tall here, and you can bring the flesh back here if you need to. And then you're just going to cross your knee, cross your ankle, I should say, over top. Since I moved around, I have to make sure that I'm in good alignment again. So the ankle is under the knee, here, ankle under the knee, and then the knee and the ankle are in alignment here. And just like what we did before with the sternum, you want to shine from the sternum as if you're going forward, not just leaning over and rounding like that. So let me tip this up a little bit and give you a little better angle maybe. So here we are in good alignment, and as if I have a string attached to my sternum, I'm going to lean forward, and where you will feel that stretch is all along through the bent leg. You may feel it also in your low back, and you just take it to the point of tension and you hold it. Don't force any of this. Breathe into it. Breathe into the area where you feel the tension. Remember not to hyperextend your head. The head is an extension of your spine, and if you want your spine to be straight, then you would want the crown of your head to be in alignment with the spine. And there you go. And of course, you come back up out of that, and you're going to do the other leg. And you can do this throughout the day while you're at your desk. A lot of people like to do it because they get a lot of hip pain or low back pain, and that's from sitting for a long time or sitting in an awkward position. Too many of our chairs they're not the right height for us, and they're way too soft and smushy, and it doesn't encourage us to have good posture while we're sitting. So this will help you out with that. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.